We got a list of bands that you saw. Is this? I wonder if it's kind of the order it was in, like Bandmate, then Empress, Risky Melody, Full Moon.
Wait, before we go into all of them, I want to know just off the top of his head without thinking, what was the best one you went to?
E
Yeah,
Best show would be Bandmade. The funnest would be Sisega,
yeah.
and
Ah,
the sexiest would be Whiskey Dust.
Okay.
Whiskey
So
Dust. Okay, I don't
what's
know
the
who that is. I gotta look
distinction?
him up.
The distinction between the best show and the funnest show, since you split them up there.
Well, the funnest, Bandmade was, Bandmade is Bandmade. It's just a phenomenal show, but I'm quite a ways back.
Okay.
Whereas with Sisega, I was up on the rail. I got squished up there. I
Yeah.
had the same thing as Peter Lim said on his video. Regan sang, stares me right in the eye for about 3 seconds and then flips me the bird. So, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like,
Peter.
wow, she likes to do that to people in the front row. So, I mean, when you're in the front row in a small venue, it's just a different experience.
Yeah.
It's really fun, actually. I really enjoy that.
That's awesome, man. All
Yeah,
right.
definitely very cool.
So, so the Bandmate shows were the first two shows you did when you got over there this time. Is that
Actually, it's
right?
in kind of in the order. So I ended up doing the Kobe show.
Uh-huh.
So I stayed in Kawasaki. I had to take the bullet train to Kobe for that one. That was the first one. I had to come back for it was a Crazy Fest show in Shibuya. That's where
Okay.
there was about 8 bands, but the ones
Ah.
the memorable ones were Empress and Risky Melody, Full Moon.
Okay.
Risky Melody was the reason I wanted to go to that show because I wanted to see them live. And they're again, out of all the bands I saw out of the whole trip, none of them disappointed.
That's great, man.
I mean, they were all great. The musicianship is great. The girls are fun. It's just, and some of the bands got dudes in them too. They're good too. So I mean, the whole thing was a great time.
It's like, whoa,
I
they have talented musicians that are male in Japan too. Like I never see them.
Yeah, there's a few of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of
Well,
some.
the Sisega is half and half. So the singer
Yeah.
and drummer are female, and then the bassist and guitar player. So I was
Right,
kind of right in
right,
front
right.
of the guitar player, and there was a Japanese woman behind me there that they have these little crowd surges occasionally.
Yeah.
Like if a bass player, guitar player starts doing a solo, then the crowd surges to them.
Oh,
I literally
okay.
had Japanese women crawling on my back trying to get up to the crowd player. Like I got squished right in there, but then everybody settles back down after about 30 seconds. There's just
Wow.
these short little surges of squish, and then everybody kind of goes back to their spot again.
Wow.
It's such a different culture over there when it comes to like how they celebrate or like cheer, I guess, because it's kind of like the same way if you watch like a Japanese wrestling show or something like that, where like in America you'll hear like this kind of roar that's happening throughout the entirety of a show or something like that.
Yeah.
But then like in Japan there's like moments of like extreme cheering, and then there's like a lot of them being silent and letting the bands or whatever show they're watching just kind of like do their thing as to be more respectful of their play. I've noticed that a lot over there versus like America.
That's exactly how it was for all the shows.
Oh, right on.
That describes it perfectly.
Hmm.
And when they go nuts, they go nuts.
Yeah, I love that. I kind of love that too, because they are really just trying to be as respectful as they can of the artist that's in front of them. But then, like the second they feel that moment, this is the moment we're supposed to go. Like
Yeah.
they go hard.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
cool.
some of the bands, some of these, they get these fans, they have almost like these little crazy dances they get going on, almost like a combination between a mosh pit and a weird dance. I've never seen anything like it. It was pretty cool to see. But there was I didn't see any real mosh pits. There's very little pushing and shoving. There's the odd time, but generally everybody's pretty respectful actually.
Great. So what kind of out of these bands was there kind of a common theme music wise? Like what kind of band is Risky Melody? You said they were
Very similar to Bandmate. They're all kind of rock, rock with some pop and a little bit of heavy metal.
yeah.
Like Risky Melody has a keyboard player.
Okay.
But you see their video, and it's funny. You see their videos, and they look kind of like pop rock. Then you see them live, and it's a little closer to metal than rock, than
A little
pop.
a little more energy and aggression live. Huh?
Dude, that's another commonality with a lot of these Japanese bands where once I see the live performance, they're way heavier than they see them during the music videos.
100%. At the Now Neon Festival, Lonesome Blue was there, and they
Yeah.
did that Heavenly Welcome to Heavenly Secret Base.
Hmm.
It doesn't sound anything like the video.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Way heavier, way
Cool.
heavier than in the video.
I wonder if their follow up is going to maybe be heavier if they realize people like to hear that live. They're a little bit more of a
Could be.
edge to it.
I got
Yeah.
just real quick. Lonesome Blue. Tell us about that concert because I liked the last EP that they came out with. Here and there, like songs where you said it was way different in person. Was all the songs way different overall?
Not really way different. I mean, when they first came out, they're all wearing the same outfits as they're wearing in the Face Fear video.
Ah.
So to me, it was almost like being at the video. But yeah, it was. I would say their songs were definitely heavier. I mean, it was a festival, so I only heard 4 or 5 songs.
Yeah.
Which is usual for a festival performance.
Yeah.
But it was. I was impressed. I was very impressed. Like I was with the one band that really floored me was Shoya. Was not expecting to be impressed by
awesome.
Shoya as I was.
I love to hear that. We only listened to that one song on our Patreon that one time, and we were all blown away by and it was like a song from the 80s, you know? So to hear that they're still going strong in 2023 is awesome.
Well, Kaiko, the singer from that band is the host for the whole festival.
Yeah.
I mean, she's 59 years old, and I would not guess that watching her at the show. I would say more like 39.
Wow. That's great, man. Saw Nemo Fila there too. Have you seen them before? Or was that
Oh yeah. That's my third time.
Aftershock?
I saw them at Aftershock,
Okay.
and then I saw them at the first trip to Japan.
Oh, okay.
I was with another friend of mine. I asked him, I said, we can't buy tickets in Nemo Fila. This is frustrating. He says, I know, they're e-tickets only. So you can't get tickets because you need a Japanese phone. So he said, let's just show up in Nagoya and maybe there'll be some tickets at the door. He says, I don't think they'll sell out. And fortunately, he was right. It didn't sell out, and there was tickets at the door. So I was able to see Nemo Fila in Nagoya. Well, what a show that was. I mean, Aftershock is a festival, and Maya was pregnant, but they went absolutely nuts in Nagoya, and it just floored me.
You want to talk about a band that sounds heavier live than they do on the album? That's the perfect one right there. The show that I saw them at was probably the loudest show I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thumbnail for the show today, you had Psyche and Regan and Mayu there. I'm like, just seeing them, seeing all those singers live.
Oh, it's
I've heard a lot about Regan, and I've seen the other two, and they're just so much more when you see them in person.
I think really with this Japanese music, it just adds to it. It's a music that has to be appreciated live. And unfortunately, we're not going to get a lot of the bands over here, at least not for a while. So you almost got to find $3 or $4 grand somewheres and just go over there.
It's crazy what we spend to go see them, and they're getting like 50 people at a show or 100 people, and knows what they're getting. It's like,
it is. It's so weird, right? Like we are in such a niche fan base when it comes to these bands, because that really is just, they are like, some of these bands are just my favorite bands of all time at this point. And it is crazy when I see them not sell out a 1,000-person venue, and I'm just like, this is one of the best bands I've ever heard in my life. The fact that they're not able to do that blows my mind. Just kind of shows you where the music industry is now and like what people are looking for.
Yeah.
Derek, I wanted to ask you, just because I just listened to this band for the first time and I saw that this was on your list. Arc Royal, how did they sound?
Oh, really good. I mean, they came right after Sega, so I'm still buzzing from Sega.
Okay.
But no, Arc Royal were really great. They've been around for quite a while. Jeff is phenomenal. And just a great performance. They were phenomenal.
Oh, it's interesting that they've been around for quite a while, because I actually have an article here that I was going to get into later until I saw that you were that you saw them, but they are coming out with their first full-length album like next month. So I guess they've only been releasing like mini albums since they came together, but they're finally going to come out with like a full length. And because of that, I just wanted to listen to one of their songs, and I was pretty floored, man. Like, they were really heavy, they were really fast, they were really talented, just a good band.
Yeah, that's I finally, after all these years, I got a pick from the singer. She plays guitar as well. So, got a pick.
Cool.
So that's the first pick I've got in years. I think the last pick I got was a Alice Cooper in the 1980s.
Wow. I think the last one that I got was about 2003 at an In Flames concert in New York City, and I wore it around my neck for like 10 years.
Yeah, they're not an easy thing to get, man. I think what was it? I think at a Man with a Mission, the dude threw a pick and he almost made it back to where we were, like the back of the crowd, right, Alan?
Yeah, he did make it back to us. It was
Well, like
insane.
when we were sitting there pretty far back and like, holy shit.
It literally pegged the girl in the forehead. It went right in front of us. It was fucking hilarious.
So you don't have to be up front, but I don't think it's quite often that it goes back that far.
No, not usually. They don't have the muscle strength usually to get it to the back. But like at the Nemo Fila show, they had like a handful. You know, it's not. Is it? Let me ask you guys something. Is it the same if it's a pick that wasn't played at the show to you? Like if they grab a handful of picks and throw them out to the crowd, are you as happy as if it was the one that they were just playing with and throw it out into the crowd?
I think it's neater if you saw it played and you get it. You know,
Right? Yeah, me too.
The Nemo Fila pick I got was her actually playing it, so that felt way more meaningful.
Yeah, it feels like it's worth it. But like when they take the handful, like at the show that I went to, they took a handful and just threw out like 30 of them at once. I was like, I could go to the merch table for this.
Whoever we gave that pick to, that was actually played by Hazuki, by the way. I can't remember who won it, but it was actually played. And here's Arc Royal's channel, by the way, for those who wanted to know. So yeah, this is a new band, guys. 1,000 subs. Let's go ahead and sub to them, guys.
Yep. A lot of these bands I saw as recommendation from another fellow from Texas. He just said, "Yeah, you got to go see this band. You got to go see Arc Royal. You got to see Sega. If you don't see Sega, like, dude, you have to." And you know he's right, 100% right.
Yeah.
So the one thing he says too, and I agree, which we should all do when we go see these bands. Like they're not making very much money. They're struggling. They play day in, day out in front of 20, 30, 40 people. Yeah. But at the end of the show, they're always managing their merch table. Then they sell the checkies, which are little Polaroid photos, and then CDs and T-shirts. And so basically, when you go to these shows, try to buy stuff at their merch table because that's their bread and butter.
Yeah, and I always try and
like I got this Whiskey Dust T-shirt. And the manager from the band, he was so appreciative. I think he said thank you about 100 times.
Oh, wow.
It's so cute.
Yeah, he was cool because I'd met him outside before the show, and he couldn't believe there was somebody from overseas was coming to see his band, and he thought it was just this was awesome. He was just like, thank you. So he was a pretty cool guy.
And this
have you guys all checked out Whiskey Dust?
I have
no.
not.
I was just trying to look them up as you were talking right now.
Here they are, right here, guys. I got you guys.
It's 1980s hair metal.
Oh yeah.
Sound. Yeah. The guitar player is Erica Van Halen.
Oh wow.
And she plays like except she's wearing a hot pink outfit.
He wore some hot pink outfits.
Here's a quick clip from Whiskey Dust right here. Let's see, it's just a short. So that was a live recording, like a short on their YouTube channel. If you guys want to check it out. Hey guys, thank you for watching. The Gaijin guys this year are really trying to up our game in the Japanese music news space. So we really rely on our Patreon supporters and our members over here on YouTube. So thank you so much. So if you guys can help, consider becoming a Patreon supporter or a member. And you also get exclusive group reactions from all of the guys. Stay awesome, everyone. See you in the next one. See you.